Good morning, everyone. This is Clara with Card Stamping with Clara. If you haven't joined me before, welcome, and if you have, glad to have you back. We've got some more cards today that I hope will give you some ideas of how you might use a couple of sets that we're going to focus on today. Before we get started, if you would, please press that subscribe button. That helps me, and it also allows you or enables you to get the videos that I put out. And if you enjoy them, that would let you know when I'm putting them out. Today, we need to make you aware that celebration is about to end today and tomorrow. That's it. And I have made a card today with one of the free sets, or a free, you can get the stamp set with a free, with a $50 purchase, and then you get both of them if you purchase $100. But anyway, just want to let you know that the free items are going to be gone after tomorrow. You can take advantage of celebration and join Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator if you choose, and get $125 worth of merchandise for only $99, plus a complete set of stamps and dies. You get a choice of 12. You get one of 12. So just up to you, but I just wanted to make you aware of that. So all the particulars are on my website. And if you join Stampin' Up, you don't have to stay with it, even another time. You can just take advantage of the one-time deal if you want to. It's, like I said, it's up to you. Okay, let's talk about this card a little bit that we're going to focus on today. And it's a very, very simple little card. I made it into a Christmas card, and my husband kind of looked at it and he said, "Sheep for Christmas?" And I said, well, why not? Actually, we know some people that are farmers that have sheep, so this might make a nice card from them. We're out in the country, and there's a few sheep farmers around yet, so you can use this little set for all kinds of things. But this is the card that I made. It says Merry Christmas, wishing your family health and happiness throughout the coming year. So I'll put it down over here, and we will talk about a few more of these cards. Now, I only made two with the counting sheep, and then I made some others. We just kind of, I tried to make sure that I incorporated all of the sets, the two sets, the free one and the one that you can purchase if you like. But this one is going to be a birthday card, or it is a birthday card. It says, "So glad it's your birthday." And these are just cute little happy sheep. They've got balloons and hats, and there's a sun that you can punch out or cut with your die, I should say. You don't really punch it out. You just cut it with the die. But anyway, I thought that made a cute card too. And it says, "May your birthday be memorable." And that sentiment comes from the Timeless Tropical set. So, the next card that I made is "So Glad It's Your Birthday." And this came from the Color and Contours bundle. That's where I got all these lovely die shapes from. I think this is such a pretty set because you got all these pretty scallops, and even this piece came from that set, and it's got little scallops on it as well. So that's, I used Bermuda Bay, like I said, an evening evergreen, and the inside is "May your birthday be memorable." This one I made into a sympathy card, and it's very simple, but I think it's very appropriate. I used the balmy blue for the little flowers, and I colored them in two tones, the darker underneath and the lighter around the side there, but it just says, "So sorry for your loss," and that is from the Prize Peony set, and "Thinking of you with all my heart." So I thought that this made a nice sympathy card, like I said. This paper here comes from the Peaceful Place. It's the back side of that pack, the 12 by 12 that we've been using with the cabin set. So the gray and the blue look pretty together, I thought. This one is a thank you card. Thank you for everything. I used both the smaller flowers and one of the large flowers that I cut out. This is Calypso Coral, and I used that big scalloped edge to make a couple layers here. And then I used my trusty layering circles to cut out the cardstock for my sentiments. So, and this says, "From the bottom of my heart. Thank you for everything from the bottom of my heart." And that's from the Ornate Thanks. This one says, "You're absolutely amazing." And I used the Pale Papaya, which is one of the new colors for the next 2 years, and the Mossy Meadow. I also used the same Pale Papaya for the, I used these blends, is what I used. And I used the tag punch to make me a little banner, and or a little tag, whatever you want to call it. And on the inside, "So very happy for you." So that's using 2 of the sentiments off of the set, and I think I got a little ahead of myself. I usually say the set before I go through the cards, but that's okay. We'll go through the cards first today. And these are metallic gems, and I thought they looked so pretty with this coloring, so I put 2 or 3 of those on. This one is "Here for You Now" and "In Better Days Ahead." So that worked really nice from the set. And this got a couple of the big flowers again. This is the light Calypso Coral, and it doesn't look particularly coral, but that's just the way, the light and the dark slightly different. But anyway, in the Evening Evergreen, and as you can see, I once again used that set of dies, and that's pretty much that one. And this one, I just layered the different designs. I started out with the large one, and then I cut another one and another one that's smaller, and I used the two-step stamping to do the flowers in this one, and put a little trim, a little silver trim on it, just to add a little extra touch. And this one is just going to be a note card, just something that looks pretty, and no sentiment, just something that you could write in. Okay, let me show you these sets that I used to make these cards I just showed you. This is the Counting Sheep, and as you can see, it's got 3 adorable little sheep. I can't count this morning, can I? 3 adorable little sheep, and then it's got "You're amazing, so glad it's your birthday," and the hat, and a little bit of grass that you can stamp. And this is a nice, clean set. So it's a real nice quality set. And the dies, they add a whole new dimension to this. We've got a fence, we've got a banner, 2 clouds, even if they're upside down. It cuts out all 3 of the sheep, the sun, the balloons, and the hat. So that's a whole lot in a free set, I think. So you could get the stamps and the die if you purchased $100 worth of product. Okay, as you can see, most of the cards I focused using this set the color and contour stamp set and the dies. And I also used it on the cards with the sheep. So that's how everything is kind of tied together today. So this one is a photopolymer set. It's got lots of things in there. As you can see, what I had to use to the individual flower, and you can use the two-step process, or you can just use blends and color it. So, you know, for me, I kind of like just coloring it, but that's just me. So you're absolutely amazing. Here for you now. So very happy for you. Thanks for everything. So you've already seen those in my cards, and you've also seen these dies. Let me slide it out a little bit. Don't have these on a magnetic board yet, but this is the individual flower that you can cut out. This is the 3 little flowers that you can cut out with the stem. This is the way I made the big scallop at the bottom of one of the cards. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 really pretty scalloped dies, and some of them are stitched, and then some of them got what looks like little dots, and it's just really pretty, I think. So I really like this set. And a set like this, you can just use over and over again with all kinds of stamp sets. So, you know, when you find one that's got so many dies, that's a good purchase, a good item to purchase. It's kind of like the layer in circles. There's so many things you can do with it. I just took one sentiment out for the Happy Holidays. This was for the Christmas card, and the Merry Christmas came from the Sparkle of the Season. And you could use anything you've got that's got, you know, a Christmas sentiment in it, or birthday sentiment. You know, it doesn't have to be those. I just look for something that I think is going to fit on the card and look nice. So this is the card we're making, and I did use one other product, and I forgot to get it out. This panel, the rectangle stitched die I used to cut out that panel. So that is written on my directions, though. I do remember doing that, so I know that I put it in the directions last night when I was working on it. So this, like I said, is a very simple little card, and yet I think it's cute, to be honest. It's and like I said, for our friends that have sheep on their farms, then it's going to be very appropriate. Okay. As always, I start out with a 5.5 by 8.5 and score it at 4 1/4. And as you can see, this is a horizontal orientation versus vertical. So these colors, this color is basic gray, and you're going to need 2 panels of that. This panel here is cut to 4 by 5 1/4. And this panel is cut to 3 3/4 by 5. So, as always, I went ahead and got that ready, and went ahead and stamped that. It's not a hard thing to do. This is the pretty panel with the scallops that is from the basic gray. This is the panel from the Peaceful Place, the snow panel, and it's got some sparkling stars and what have you in behind the snowflakes, which I think is pretty. And I just cut a little slope of snow there from a piece of cardstock. It's not hard to do. Just take a pair of scissors and scoop down and go back up, and you got it. It's not a big deal. And the little sheep, like this, and then the Merry Christmas, and I've got some jewels. So this is the way we're going to put it together. the first thing you will need to do, of course, is cut out your paper. And, you know, run everything through the dies through the cutting machine that you need to. So what I did was I took a piece of this that was about 4 inches by 5 1/4, or it wouldn't even need to be that big. I think 3 3 3/4 by 5 is big enough. And then you glue your small snowbank. You know, then doesn't have to be like mine. Just put it down at the bottom of this particular piece of paper. And then what you do is you lay your die, which in this case, for me, it was a stitched rectangle die. It was the 3rd largest, and run it through your die cutting machine. Now I will say this, because you got 2 layers here, after I, you know, glued this on, to make it all look like a nice unit, I ran it through the die 2 or 3 times just to make sure it cut real good. With that extra thickness, I think that was a smart thing to do. So that's what I did with that. And this one we will lay into the center of the basic gray. So let me get my glue here. Let me get it turned right. Yeah, we're good. And this paper's got pretty plaid on the back, if you like plaid. And I do, but you can't have both sides used. So, let me see, just put a little bit of glue there. Don't need too much. And then just center it in this. To get it up here where I can slide it just a tiny bit. Try to get it nice and even. Okay, I think that looks all right. And then just kind of tap it down like that. Don't do too much pushing or it'll slide to one side. And you don't have to ask me how I know that. Oh. All right. I'm going to put this little sheep over here, and we're going to make them look like they're playing in the snow. So we'll use my reverse tweezers. We'll put this, move it up just a little bit, make sure that you can see it. Okay. All right. So these are happy sheep. And this one's bouncing around. Said they were having a little conversation here. So there we go. Like I said, this is a real easy card, and if you know someone, and I mean, you don't have to put sheep on it, but you know, it's great for Christmas. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this to the front of the card base. Okay. Get it balanced there again so it looks, I thought this gray with a little touch of red was really pretty together. And now that I'm going to put the Merry Christmas on, I'm going to put the Christmas on first because it is just easier to get your Christmas word centered where you want it, and then you can put your Merry above it, and it just is easier. At least to me, it's easier. I'll put it that way. Maybe there's other people it doesn't make any difference at all, and that's fine too. Now, this Merry Christmas was a stamp that just said Merry Christmas all the way across. This one, let me show you. You see, it stamps as one unit. And I cut it apart for this particular card. If you have a Merry Christmas that is not, that's small enough to fit in there, and not cut it apart, that's fine too. So, however you want to do it. Like I said, this is just to give you ideas. It is not to say that you should make it exactly like this. After all, it is your card. And it should have your personality as part of it. Okay, I think that's good. All right, well, it was good anyway. Okay, there we go. Now, the only thing else we're going to do to this, we're going to put a few sequins on it. This is the shimmer, the subtle shimmer sequins. And let's see. I'm going to put just a tiny little bit of glue just on a scrap. Because to me, it's just a little bit difficult to get the sequins glued without, you get it's easy to get too much glue. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. I'm not the greatest at putting on these kinds of little things anyway, but we'll go at it. See, I'm just dipping it and putting a tiny little bit of glue on the back of it. Okay, there's one. If you get a little glue on your tweezers, you can, it'll always pick up the sequins for you. Okay. And let's put one over here. And I'm picking out the silvery looking ones. It just adds a little sparkle to a very, very simple card. And I think when you're making Christmas cards, if you've got a lot to make, you probably don't want them. Whoops, that one came back with me. You probably don't want them to be too complicated. Let's see, I think I saw. Okay. Tap that with the back. I'm going to put about 5 on here. A nice odd number. These others say they want to get in on the act too, but we'll fish around here till we find what I'm looking for. I'm going to put one over there. And maybe one more. Okay. You see that? That one's being stubborn too. I'll get it here in just a second. Okay. I'm just trying to see where I put it. Sometimes you can, there. And then when they dry, they'll stay, I think. All right, that's it, folks. It's I got some glue on my mat there, but that's okay. All right, there you go. How simple is that? And cute. So, I hope you've enjoyed the video today. And if you need to purchase something, please use my host code. And as long as it's under $150 before shipping and tax. And this is my host code, and it's on my website too. So, just remember about Celebration being over after tomorrow. This will be the last video for me before it's over. So, I'll try to get another one out this week, but I won't get it out tomorrow. So don't forget to place your orders if you want to take advantage of the free items. So you all have a nice day, a nice week, and I'll be back in a few days. If you push that subscribe button, if you haven't done that, I'd appreciate it. And thank you for your time, and have a good week. Bye-bye.